Okay, welcome back. I'm on a roll. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos, and maybe I'm going to do one every day to get through the 20 um, key principles of the Mook Jong. And this is David Ackrish with Black Dragon Modern Combat. Into the beautiful day here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and with the Wing Chun dummy tonight. And so I'm trying to angle this, angle the camera correctly, so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And I've just been going through a series of double strikes. So tonight is number 9, double strikes, and I'm thinking, what can I do? And so, because there's so many, so I'm gonna see if I can remember everything. As I said, I don't really edit, and this was going through my head, and so I don't spend hours going crazy and writing it down. I knew a guy who took like a week to do a presentation. All he did is copy out of a book, and he was just stressing. And so I felt sorry for him. He's the nicest guy. He's one of the toughest guys I ever met. But boy, when it came to giving a presentation, he was very freaking out. I was in the fire department. Anyways, great guy. So anyways, so the first one I'm going to, and I'm not really assuming you know what these different moves are, but you can look them up or just kind of see what I'm doing. But it seems like one thing about the Mook Jong is if you say you push the arms out and then you want to do another move inside, it almost feels better to do something where you're alternating and moving the arms back and forth with a little bit of give. But I mean, it's not to say that you couldn't do something where you moved it out and then you're staying kind of out there, because there's a little play on the Mook Jong. If it stays out and you go, oh, I'm going to do another one, it hurts a little more, to be honest. When it has some give, it sounds, sounds like something's happening, and you're able to move this a little bit. Not to say it doesn't have some recoil pain, but there's less. So you'll hear people doing things where it's opening, closing, this way, that way, which is cool. I mean, I do a lot of that. But sometimes I don't. But all of these, I'm going to try to do it that way, to stay where they're moving back and forth, alternating. So what I'm going to do is to start with the first one, which is a double kind of tom sao, and I'm just opening my hands up. So don't get too caught up on this. Just I'm getting inside here, opening up, and then I'm going to alternate on the outside with different ideas. So the first one is box out, or you could just say double palm, and I'm just pushing these in. I'm not doing any directional stuff. So I'm just moving it in. Second one is a little more interesting, which is out of the first form of Wing Chun, which is this. I'm gonna do a video on this too. So, oh my goodness, I'm going nuts. But anyways, on jump sao, and there's so much more to it than what I see. But on this one, I'm going forward, even though it's called sinking arm. There's more to it than the name. So here, jump sao. The first box sao, double tom sao, jump sao. Okay, then the third one is I'm smashing inwards. So maybe it comes out of this movement. It doesn't matter. I'm just using the arms, my arms to smash in on a horizontal. And I'm trying to get at least up to here. Trying to get all my arm as much involved as possible on the inside form. And then the third one is very famous, is Buji, which is shooting, it's called darting fingers. And here, I'm really not worried about the finger part, but smashing inwards and again getting this part. So training on a very tender area. It's more tender than the outside. Our outside of our bodies have more protection. That's why when something happens, you go like this to try to cover up, because you don't go, oh, let me open up. You do the opposite. You kind of close up like a shell, like a turtle shell. So this area is very tender. So it's a good place, or a good time here to work on that. And a lot of things are happening. There goes the thunder on this beauty. But anyways, it's not a beauty. It's just that's what I'm doing. So the first one, box sao, double tom sao. What was the second one? Oh, jump sao. Third one, smack, whatever. This way, the hug. and then forth. So every time I'm coming back, opening up, working on, and a lot of times I'm hitting my palm. I'm sorry, the back of my hand. So I'm trying to get in and work different areas. And what happens is one area kind of hurts, so you'll move to another area. That kind of hurts, and you move to a different area. So or you're just trying to get in closer, tighter, closer. Anyways, so double tonsao, and I did this one, and then double tonsao, and double buji. And then I was working on another one. It's a little more advanced. It's a double, because all these are double strikes. Is as I'm pushing over with one hand, after opening it up, I'm crossing, sort of crossing the energy, you could say, with the buji. Okay, so here, opening, and then here, opening, and here. So alternating. I didn't alternate there, but here. So it's an interesting double. I do a lot of double movements of catching. I don't want to get caught up in the words, but of just cutting to the inside or cutting to the outside as a double movement of causing something to happen. So again, it's not a lesson on application. It's just more a lesson on movement. So I'm smashing two things together here and trying to cut together. There goes the lightning. Okay, now another move or idea is just using one arm and staying to the inside. And I guess I should have mentioned this timing, because those other videos were really on timing between moves, the last one and 7 and 8. But this one is about everything landing at the same time. It's exactly the same time. So there's so many things you can do with this timing of landing of your both your hands, you can say, your limbs, or whatever you're doing. And so this whole video is about things equally landing at the same time. Instead of 1, 2, it's 1. So this is 1, 2 movements, you could say, 2 ideas happening at the same time, simultaneously. So equal. So if you're doing this, don't go done. It shouldn't sound like that, or like that. Everything is equal. Everything is equal. And even this one, equal time, or landing at the same time. So same thing here, is I'm just using one arm and landing at the same time. So alternate. Okay, at the same time. You can even do it here. So high. I'm landing at the same time. Same time. So that's what this is about. Double strike doesn't mean 2 strikes at different times. It means that they're both, in my book, my school, is everything lands at the same time. So you're intercepting, you're counter-striking, if you want to call it a block. I don't call it a block, but at the same time. Okay, so last one, and again, a lot of this is 2 things happening, sometimes drawing in together, pushing out. And so let me come over on this side. And so this one is, I think you can see that, but I'm going like this. So here and here. So I'm changing, sometimes I'm the back of the hand, sometimes the palm. So this is a little more, I don't want to call it Charlie Fight, but maybe a little bit my thoughts, because we do so many Chung Jongs. So this is a double Chung Jong like this. But you find it in Tai Chi, you find it in Chun. So, but still, I'll just say it is. So here, and then I can keep that hand rotated here too. So what I'm really doing is changing from this side to this side. Learning how to, and let's say I'm going to do a little rotation if I want to, and a little rotation inwards. Outward. Actually, it's more like inward, because I'm going to my center line here. And then this would be kind of outward. Okay, so doubles at at the same time, simultaneously landing. 2 airplanes landing at the exact same time, touchdown. And then this, I was just kind of playing with, which is double grapples on both arms. And you could do it on single arm too. I kind of did this the other day. But this is on both arms. So this is pulling in and pushing out. Pulling in, out, out. And then you can also alternate hands. So that's out, that's in, out, in. Oh, I was doing these underneath too. So it's kind of easier coming under here, but you can get through here too, where your hand is going through both. It's kind of weaving idea. But I'm going to, let's see. Pull back. So sometimes I didn't really rehearse this. It's just the ideas. And that's the whole idea of everything is to free form, to figure it out on your own, to play around, see what happens. This isn't like totally, absolutely 100%, written down in stone here on what I'm doing. I didn't really rehearse it. I just thought about, sometimes I just do that, okay? Or double pull. Or sometimes I'm trying to break things opposite. So it's pulling apart. So instead of them both going in the same direction, pulling apart, smashing together, pulling apart, smashing together, or pulling with both hands underneath, and this is a weird one, pushing forward with both hands underneath. Okay, the underneath there, it's very odd, and it's a little bit harder. And you can catch your thumb because you're almost having the ridge of your thumb here. So you actually want to grab maybe, but again, it's not for me. It's for you to play around with. I'm just giving odd, new, I shouldn't say odd, but they are, just different ideas expanded off the Mook Jong. So I think that was the last piece of this video, is these grapples. Again, I'm not sure what I'm doing. Maybe I pull and push, and push, pull, push, and then double pox out. So I allow myself the freedom of doing whatever happens, whatever comes out, and experimenting. And I'm not really even thinking I'm experimenting, I'm just doing. Now I do have set ideas on things that I work on all the time. So I go, oh, I like that and that. I like the idea that I'm knocking something out of the way, knocking it back and down. I go, it's kind of a cool thing, and I'll work on it and work through it. And I have set ideas, like with the tiger stuff that I've been doing. And so you should do both. I mean, otherwise, you're never going to kind of be able to free your mind on, I don't know what's next happening here. I just don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Here, I may even smack him from behind. I didn't even know I was going to do that. I'm just doing it. And so it's allowing your mind freedom, or creating different types of new pathways, neurological pathways and ideas. And so much of all these 20 principles is about that, is to combine them all together. So hope you're enjoying everything that I'm putting out there. And once again, I didn't look at number 10, so I don't know. I know I'm looking forward to the last, so this is 9, so there's 11 more, and I'm looking way forward to these kind of last, I mean, I like them all, but the last principles. They're getting a little more, I don't know, into themselves. So I think one of them is about closing, another one is about explosion or chi, exploding the energy, and so they're all micro lines over each other, so they all cross over each other. I'm already doing things like this. I'm already thinking it. Even when I'm doing like a little turn and relaxing, I am not tensing up when I do this. That's just relaxed. That's from Tai Chi. Relaxed energy. It's so powerful. And so the more you relax, the more can come out of you. The more you can, it's like being in a relaxed environment and feeling comfortable, and then you can talk about like problems. If you're having emotional problems or something like that, you're in a group, or you're with somebody, or a friend or family member, and you just feel comfortable. It's like comfortable, so more comes out. So because you're relaxed, you're tense, you don't want to talk to anybody, you're pissed off, whatever it is. So it's kind of the opposite here, is just relaxing and just flowing. And I think it's the essence more, sounds pretty biased, I shouldn't, well, no, I'll say it, of the Chinese way. I'm going to say it. So, not to say it isn't other places, but it definitely is a main idea, a main frame of true Chinese systems of self-defense and combat. And so, and that's, I think, the only way that you can really work your way around a Mook Jong and not just like hurt yourself after a couple blows and go, this doesn't work, you know, this is stupid, or I can't do this, it hurts too much. So you have to relax and just understand. Even here, I'm not trying to pull it back, but just moving through. Because sometimes I do that where I'm not trying to set it up every time. What does that feel like? So I have to go a little softer here because there's no play except for a little bit. Mook Jong moves a little bit. It's supposed to, but that's it. What's it feel like? Just to have some resistance. And I'll always have something kind of even move that much, that little bit. So anyways, that's kind of going deep into one of my favorite times of the day and training time with the Mook Jong. And I consider it a blessing and to have this and be able to work through this and been exposed to it when I was like 18 years old. So anyways, now I'm pouring out there as much as I can. Okay, have a nice evening, and I will see what number 10 is. I'm probably going to do it tomorrow, so we're going to keep this train rolling. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.